All right, welcome back. We got some breaking news. Okay, we talked about realignment. We talked about how potentially the Big Ten will and can poach the SEC. That news is real, and we're gonna look at the possibilities of how quick this could happen. Now, we know the next round of realignment is coming up. You know, the ACC is potentially on that verge of dissolving, breaking up, becoming a reduced conference, whatever you want to call it. And the time frame in which we're looking at right now, we're in year 2024. It's a good chance that this time frame is going to be anywhere from, which it already kind of started, kicked off with the lawsuits with the ACC, but from now up until 2027. Within these next 3 years is when you're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of real estate grabbing, a lot of plant footing to where we establish these 3 conferences with 20, potentially 18 to 20 teams. Now, the SEC is going to need to get some teams to bring themselves up to 20 and look no further than the ACC. Now, it is rumored that they may keep one slot open for Kansas, but as I said before, they don't need Kansas. Also, you have to look at the fact that this is significant because A&M don't want to stay in the SEC, period. Yes, we're talking about how the president is preparing for the renewal of the Texas and Texas A&M rivalry and the bonfire thing. That's just, you know, for the time being. They really is not trying to even be in the same conference with Texas. So let's look at it from this perspective. The logic is, once SEC realize that Texas A&M is no longer going to be in that conference, in their conference, it only makes sense to be proactive and go and get another team that will fill that void and having access to the Texas market. And that was the reason for the move of getting the Longhorns. Now, we all know that the Longhorns also requested that Oklahoma come with them. Oklahoma didn't really want to leave the Big 12, but they went on and came anyways. We talked about that as well. So it all makes sense. So when A&M go to the Big Ten, this time table is set for at least 2026, okay? Keep an eye on that date. 2026 is the time or the year when this should take place. And by this time, all of the ACC thing will be up and ready to go. As we already know, the ESPN contract is set to renew in 2027. So giving like the 2026 year would be the last year in which the ACC would be under that ESPN contract, because they have until February of 2025 to either decide if they're going to proceed beyond 2027. So keep an eye out for those dates. Also, yes, the Big 3 conferences are preparing to make moves moving forward and selecting teams out of the ACC, and of course the Big Ten, the SEC. Now look, another note to add: Notre Dame must join a conference. They will not be able to sustain themselves if they do not join a conference. What conference Notre Dame is going to go to? It's either going to be the SEC or the Big Ten. We don't know which one Notre Dame is going to select. But wouldn't that be kind of funny if they end up picking the SEC? Well, we know that the SEC is going for new markets. It has a share in the Texas market because it's split between A&M, Houston, and the Longhorns. That pretty much makes up the Texas market, period. All those other schools, not so much. Those three schools make up the Texas market, period. And it's understood that they are going to get North Carolina and Virginia. Okay, that's at 18. That'll put them at 18. But if or when A&M leave, that'll put them down to 17. So what? They have to pick 3 more teams to come back up to 20. So if they're bringing in North Carolina and Virginia, it seems like they want to go the basketball route. So there's a good chance that they can go ahead and pick up a third school from a fourth school. So 4 schools out of the ACC and 1 potentially out of the Big 12 if that happens. But we must keep an eye out though, because the Big 10 is looking to expand within the SEC. This is one of a kind, first time happening. You have never really seen the SEC being poached by the Big 10 or any other conference. So keep your eye out when Texas A&M will be leaving from the SEC over to the Big 10. Also, the commissioner of the Big 10, the SEC, is not even gonna try to keep A&M, and it's gonna be difficult to do so. So they're gonna let them go. So just be expected for the change. I'm hearing in the comment section of previous videos that they don't care if A&M leave. They ain't really done nothing. But you have to understand, A&M has a huge TV share. Wherever they go, it goes with them. So that's a big win for the Big 10. Like I mentioned before, Florida State, A&M, and Notre Dame is the target of the Big 10. They may throw in 1 more school, but those are the 3 targets. And they're going for them, and they're going to get them. And Notre Dame must join the conference. Once again, thank y'all for watching. Size 11. Don't forget to go to www.size-11.com to go get your merch. Until next time, have a great day.